To determine if x minus 5 is a factor of this polynomial, 2x cubed minus 4x squared minus 7x minus 10, what you could do is see if the opposite of this value, so 5, see if 5 is a root of this polynomial, okay? And then by definition of a root, that's just any input value where whose output, right, will give you back 0. So in other words, if I give this this polynomial a name, so let's say f of x, then I just need to see if f of 5 is a root. So in other words, when I plug this in, do I get back 0? Is this true? Right now, I don't know. But if I find out that doing all the math calculations, it is, then since that 5 is a root, and by the factor theorem, it's going to say that x minus 5 is a factor. So that would be yes. If it's not true that it's and that f of 5 is not equal to 0, then by the factor theorem, x minus 5 will not be a factor. Cool. So now we're just going to have to do this. Okay. You can do this by substituting into this function. Remember, once again, if I call this f of x, just plug it in. Okay. But I'm going to do this using another math topic that's often taught in Algebra 2 called synthetic division, okay, to expedite this process. Okay, so here, let's do that. Just a quick review. Okay, so x minus 5. So then look at the opposite, which is just with this number, which is going to be 5. Set it up like this. And what you put here are the coefficients of this polynomial, okay, in order from the highest to lowest power. So here, the 2 is going to belong here. The negative 4 is going to belong here. The negative 7 is going to belong here, and negative 10. Okay, I'm going to put a line like this, and I'm going to start this process now. What you do is you take this number, is the leading coefficient, you bring it down, and that's going to start off this process of when you multiply. Now you take the side number, this 5, you're going to multiply these two, put the result in the next panel here. So it's going to be 5 times 2, which is 10. And you're going to add these two numbers. Okay, so negative 4 plus 10 is going to be 6. And then you repeat this process. Take the 5 and 6, you multiply, you get 30. Put that result here. And then you add these two numbers, negative 7 plus 30, which is going to give you 23. And then you multiply 5 and 23. What is that? 115. You put 115 here. And then you're going to add this. Hopefully I didn't make a mistake. All right. And this is going to be 105. Okay. This ending number, that's the remainder. Okay. That's the remainder. And it's also equivalent to this f of 5. Okay, so basically whatever number that you synthetically divided this polynomial by, this 5, right? So it's just saying f of 5. So it's a fast way of checking. It's a fast way of checking what we just talked about. Okay. So f of 5 is equal to 105, which is not equal to 0. So the answer is going to be 5 is not a root. And by the factor theorem, x minus 5 is not a factor. So it's no. Okay, and that's it.